Hello, everyone. Ender here with my co-caster Boxi, and today we are here to cast the I don't
DAL
know
season 5.
DAL season 5 group
Good
stage.
intro.
Fantastic intro. We're here to cast the group stage. We're casting Mystic Academy versus Windstorm. Very interesting match we have on our hands here today. Wouldn't you agree, Boxy?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I hit you up like a few days ago, and I was like, "That is the match that we need to cast," because obviously there was like so many matches to choose from. But I think this is the banger of the night. But how are you doing, buddy?
God, got took a nap beforehand. Was feeling really energized, really wanting to cast this match. And you know what? I expect excellence from both of these sides. You know, we have a definitely two stacked rosters going to run head to head here, and you know what? Best of threes. That's where true talent shines. You don't have the best of fives where you need to have stamina, or the best of one where you need to simply have the element of surprise with strats.
Yep,
You have quite literally just excellence.
agreed. And right now you just see us, but I think we're slowly gonna start bringing up map bans as well because the first map has finally been banned. We're gonna be doing them live, and there we go. Bans are slowly coming in. The first map to be banned will be Bang. So what do we think about that?
I mean, new map into the map pool, kind of see it to be banned fairly often. I still think that we're still going to see some maybe older strats from when it was in the map pool, but right now
Yeah.
it's probably going to be a pretty default ban from now on.
Yeah, I feel like at least from what I've heard and seen from teams, like there's still this stigma around Bang that even though it's been reworked and changed, people just don't like it. They still think of the old Bank when the name is brought up, and old Bank. I think it was fun to play, just not very competitively viable. And I think people just haven't really given the new Bank a chance, so they just kind of insta ban it. And well, I think it's safe to say that like at least one of the NAT 3/4, staples are going to make an appearance, whether that be.
Apparently we have.
I think my cam just froze at a very. Okay, there we go.
There you go. Your mic also died as well.
Oh no.
Okay, so go. Yeah, I mean, there's still you see teams that will bring it out of the pocket because you expect another team to ban it, and then you'll just be like, nope, here's Bank, we'll play it, and you'll see some strats you won't normally see. You'll see some plays because Bank is, I mean, since it's the only ban we're talking, we're going to just continue talking about it. But Bank, in my opinion, is definitely one of the maps where you can do more of a free form style on it, where you just kind of throw things at the wall, and normally it works. You can play more of a ranked style on it, but also you can play more organized, where your roams are like truly affecting the rounds in the way that they work for the upstairs. You can do that. One thing, I hate it so much. It's my least favorite thing to go up against in instant ranked is when you can watch from the top floor all the way to the bottom with two hatch openings.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, like you said, like Bank has a lot of roam and different setup potential, but I think once people actually start playing it more, it's gonna kind of, settle in like this constant set of setups that we're gonna keep seeing, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But second bend, there we go, Villa. So no Villa. Um these map bends are taking quite a long time. So I guess let's talk about which map tonight or don't want to see tonight. Like, is there anything special?
I would prefer not to see Shelly because I know that
Okay.
from what I've seen on Windstorm is that Shelly might be one of their I don't know, one of their back pocket ones. So they tend to ban it more often, if I remember. But we finally have Windstorm's pick, which is Clubhouse. Very typical. But it's kind of strange to see it as the first map. Not gonna lie, first map to be played Clubhouse is kind of strange. Usually it's either second or third, where it's something where you're picking because we're good on it, we're solid. Well, it's a nice map that even if we lose their map pick, we could take it into the final map. Kind of weird to see it first here.
Yeah, that's true. But also, I guess it's like a good opener. It's something that most teams are super comfortable with, and they don't really have to think about strats as much as they can just, kind of play their game, play in, warm up a little bit with the first map, and then get more technical in maps 2 and 3, if obviously they get to a map 3. But yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Well, 4 more maps, so 2 more will be picked. and 2 more will be banned. So I guess it's a 50-50 on your Chalet. I personally am hoping we don't see Cafe just because I'm a Cafe hater. At least at this level of play,
Boxy is going to get for lag.
Oh my god.
Here we
I
go,
hate it
Boxy.
here.
I think Boxy has returned. Perfect. Please finish your point. I think you're saying you're a cafe hater.
I am a Cafe hater, especially at like this level of play, because I feel like it's super stale. Teams don't really play around with different things as much as they may do at like T1, T2 even. And it's just very boring watching the same thing over and over again. And like I feel like that is the case with Cafe especially. I have actually had well, not an argument, but like a very lengthy debate with someone on stream the other day on, I think, DAL Quals actually, about how Cafe, at least in my opinion, is the map that requires most coordination out of a team to be played properly, especially on attack. And like the person I was casting with didn't agree with me, and we just went at it for like 20 minutes. So please no Cafe. Chalet
Well,
pick, by the way.
Fortunately, the Chalet pick did happen. I'm not excited for it. I don't find Chalet as much. I haven't casted it a bunch as well. Not a big fan. You could call me a Chalet hater, if you will, because it is in my opinion, it's one of the worst maps to be picked. I think Theme Park should still be in the map pool. Now, you could call me a sadist for that, and I would completely understand. But
No.
I do think Theme Park was better in some sense. The Chalet does add a lot. I think it shouldn't have stayed for as long as it has.
Yes.
And Boxy gets his. Oh, they all just came through.
That was super fast. Yeah, but there we go. No Cafe, no Coastline. Oregon will be the decider. You know, the map that T3 is known for will be the decider. Should we need it? But yeah. I don't know. What were you trying to say? I think you were trying to say something else.
I mean, I was gonna say Cafe's gone.
Yep.
Boxy's very happy. Doesn't need to wonder why teams don't have coordination.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get some very default Clubhouse and Oregon, two very default maps. If we had Coastline, we'd get like 3 defaults, just like they're all there. But it's definitely it's definitely kind of weird that Chalet's kind of in the mix because it also requires a decent amount of coordination or a decent amount of timing on it. So
Yeah.
this should be a pretty good map pool. Chalet actually might, how much I hate Chalet. Chalet might be the map to see, might be the deciding factor if Windstorm in map 1, of course, like Chalet will be the decider for it. But I think it's going to show what team has the technical skill and the coordination to take on those maps.
Yeah. So what are we thinking in terms of predictions, both like map wise and series wise?
I think from Windstorm's experience and their coordination, from what I've seen, I think they will take it in 2 maps. I think Mystic Academy has a very decent shot of taking it to map 3, but I don't think they'll be able to ever close. I don't think they'll be able to close it out on map 3.
Okay, that is a solid pick, like you said. Very experienced roster versus Mystic Academy, who also are pretty experienced, I think, at least like player wise. I don't know how long they've been together, but yeah, I think Windstorm is taking it, and let's see how many players we have in the lobby. Not many. I think we're just creating the lobby actually. So you're gonna keep looking at our beautiful faces while listening to us ramble.
We love to ramble. Me and Boxy, we sit all night rambling to each other how much we hate. I don't know, like Cafe, Cafe Chalet. We just hate them. We just stare at it like, bro. I have Vietnam flashbacks from Chalet, bro. Like it scares me. That map scares me.
I was casting a Chalet game yesterday, and we got to overtime when my internet went out. So, and then my power went out 5 minutes after. So that was a fun evening, and my friends whom I was casting were very happy about it, and they ended up losing the series. It was a best of 5, and they got beaten by Albany. But we're getting off track. Speaking of off track, I like your hat.
Oh, thank you. It's a Blast Pro Series from Counter-Strike. Unfortunately, they don't do Siege. Kind of disappointing. Yeah. Blast, get moving, man. You can snatch up an esport. We'll do well. But it's definitely, Siege is in a weird spot right now. Siege could.
Yeah.
Siege is a very weird spot. They can definitely improve. There's a lot of things that if Ubi decides to do, that they'll improve dramatically.
Uh-huh.
But
Um
NFT market isn't maybe the idea to go.
Yeah, I mean, like I read an article that was actually written by a friend and a coworker of mine a few days ago, and it was saying how they believe that Ubisoft adding the TDM game mode shows that while they have had quite a few missteps in the past, especially recently, they are still committed to the esports scene and that they do listen and that they will, keep investing into it. And I really hope that is the case. But I guess only time will tell, right? No
Yeah,
other way to find out.
I do think though that it hitting the test server proves that it was still in development for a decent amount of time because
Oh, for sure.
it was in the code for whatever that TDM mode was for that weird Halloween event.
Candy, something, something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever the Muppets came from. I don't know, man. Uh, they proved it was in the code, and I think it just people were just saying like, why is it taking so long? And I would agree with them, but also it was also it for Ubisoft. This has been decently quick.
Yeah.
It's
And
been a year bit.
for sure. But like, okay, let's just set the TDM aside. One more prevalent change is also being tested and may come soon, and that is the attacker repick. What do we think about that? Because that is a major game changer, right?
I think it should be like the six pick, in the sense of it should be
Uh-huh.
there, but it can only one person can use it. It can't. It shouldn't
Mm,
be the entire team because the entire team switches up an entire push. Now, people have argued, and I would also agree with them, is that one operator changes a lot. I would agree with that, but there's some pushes where you need 3 or 4 specific operators, and let's say they catch you off guard. That one operator is like, oh well, you can't necessarily switch into it, but having that one op to be like, oh, we don't necessarily need a Twitch, but oh my goodness, they have these certain things. We should grab a Twitch instead.
I agree with you, but like on the other hand, the main purpose of, at least as far as I can tell, the main purpose of like the attacker repicks is that teams will actually start counter stratting on the fly. They will start adapting. They will see like during the drone phase, okay, they have this, and that. So we should bring like these 3 operators to counter them, and we don't have them at the moment. And that means like people and teams are actually going to be bringing operators that are the most viable in that situation, because right now teams are just picking the operators that are jacks of all trades that will always be useful because they don't have any intel going into the prep phase or very little. And so maybe letting the whole team, or at least like 3 4 people, pick or repick an operator, I think is going to be fine, because we will see more operators that are currently considered niche, like super situational operators, maybe Capital, for example. Like I feel like he's gonna be brought way more because people are gonna be droning. They will say, okay, like we need something to zone something off with firebolts or smokes, and Capital will be super useful all of a sudden. But you can't gamble picking him now when he may be completely useless during the round. So yeah, I think one repick definitely not enough. Maybe all 5 too much. We'll see with time.
I
But go ahead.
I see your point, but I think what it does is that it shuts down players thinking
Okay.
before the round and being like, oh, they're gonna go here because of this and because of that. Oh, and then picking operators based on that. Like I believe the one operator I think should be it, but of course I think it works better in ranked rather than comp. But you
Yeah.
can't just add it into rank and not into comp.
I
It's a
mean,
bit of a change.
it may shut down or at least change the thought process of the team going into a specific round. But Siege is such a complex game that like there is already so much stuff to think about, and like I think eliminating thinking about operators, or at least minimizing it as much as possible, and then adding the option of doing that during the round is not a bad idea, especially because Siege is mostly a defender sided game, even if ever so slightly. So giving the attackers the lag up to be able to think about that later on during the round as they see what's going on the map, I think this may be like the change that evens it out or even makes the game slightly attacker sided. But
Yeah,
obviously, it still depends on the level of play, the map, the bomb site itself, like so many variables.
yeah, and maybe we finally get out of 5-second or like the 20-second attack or the util meta that we're currently stuck in, because that's not very fun. I don't think for comp players. It's kind of fun to cast if you can explain it correctly, but you have those problems with the game at the moment where these 20-second, basically last 20 seconds of the round are the most important. Everything else doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, 20-second meta has been prevalent in the game for such a long time, at least for some teams like Team Vitality. But we'll wrap back around to this, and we will actually get into the match finally. So once again, Windstorm versus Mystic Academy, rather, with Windstorm starting off Clubhouse on attack and Mystic defending it. And net bans, it was so fast, it's definitely going to be a Thatcher. Like, who else? Who else? No, well, okay. Habana, actually. Insane. Well, I guess pretty expected for a Clubhouse, but still, usually when, the timer ticks down to 4 seconds instantly, it's always Thatcher. What do we think second, Ben? I think we have a visual glitch because we don't see anything going on.
I'm going to guess that 2. Or
Did
someone
we pause? No, we
paused.
didn't.
Wow. Ubi. Ubi's already done it. I said some things to Ubi, and I said some things about Ubi, and they just decided that we can't play the game.
That's what you're hating on attacker repick.
Dang, man. That kind of sucks, but... Never mind. We got it.
My God.
Natural fixed it.
Oh no, I guess he was the problem, not you. So if he can rejoin, yeah, we can get it. There we go. Pause after the ban's probably makes more sense than just rehosting, but there we go. Finally, Thatcher. So what are we thinking for defense? Maybe Kaden, Mira? Any objections?
Objection to the Mira. Mira isn't necessarily as useful as an operator on Clubhouse anymore. We will definitely
she's
see
a comfort ban.
Yeah, she's a comfort ban, but comfort bans aren't going to win you the game. So
agreed. Yeah. But most teams have just gotten used to playing without Mira, and they just, prefer to keep having it that way. But definitely Wamai, even a Jaeger or a Valk bans are all like decent alternatives. And there we go, a Valk ban. But I still feel like Mira can be pretty impactful, especially on cash. I have yet to see Mira brought to the newly reworked bar stock or bar stage or whatever it's called now. So that'll be interesting. But I can think of many places to put her there, honestly.
Yeah, definitely her most effective site is basement.
Yeah. There we go. Natural is back.
Natural is back in the game playing Smoke. And we're going to see more for a... Wow, this is actually a very decent read by Windstorm here to bring that buck. And I think this Thermite might be fine if they're not going for dirt. I'm not exactly how this is going to work out in the sense. They're going to be able to get one hatch. They might not even go for kitchen here. They might just go open up a dirt and blue sort of area.
Attackers need to
because impact tricking kind of hurts if you see it. You lose a lot of utilities through having to go for kitchen hatch through impact tricking, which they only have brought one set of impact. So I think, which is a smart play, because I think they're bringing the Wamai just so that they could have another set. And now when they know that there's only a Thermite on the table, they don't have to bring another set.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they can even just use both Thermites on hatches and then just have Maverick make a small hole into dirt. Like you don't need to use the Thermite on dirt. Obviously you need to drone out dirt properly, like the far end of dirt. But usually a small hole is enough, and you can just kind of crouch/prone through it. It's not a very contested area unless defenders are playing very ballsily up ahead in dirt. But that is, you can push them out relatively easily.
Yeah, and now here we're going to see, as we said, I didn't actually get to point out, but there's a Mira now on the field, which is very good for basement. There's that basement hold, but we'll see probably it get naded, probably by the Ayana, because, you never really want to deal with those Miras, and the best way to deal with them is through a nade. And this round's gonna get started with Vigil now roaming, and Mello is going to not.
Well, he does have the Vigil, the Disruptor on, so he wasn't actually able to spot it. There was a lot of static. The Vigil will hear someone drop, and the first gunfight is soon going to happen, but he will get spotted on a drone and just taken off by Mallow very, very quickly. That is just a minute into the round. You need to waste more time than that if you're going to run with Vigil and Clubhouse. But, great opening for Windstorm here.
Yeah, and now Weston is going to rotate his ADS off. Smart idea, noticing where the push is going to be coming from, and not necessarily from dirt. So putting it in a more useful location is probably going to be the best idea for him. Now moving on, Maverick grabbing Moto Hatch, and more or less trying to look for a pick here on Illy, and needs to be very, very careful. Might give away a pick, and now Illy has to fall off. Minute 20 left, and drones are now going to finally start coming out to drone sight.
Yeah, Windstorm have definitely created a lot of pressure on the right places. Ooh, what a shot from Twist. That is another casualty from the side of Mystic Academy. But yeah, Windstorm, what I was saying is they have a lot of control in places that they need to have control in. Drones are coming into sight, like you said, and
Frag grenade out.
Okay, so we lost him there for just a second, but the drone's definitely coming in with. Okay, he's back with 50 seconds left. Illy's got to be careful because another person to fall will definitely lead to the end of the round, and it doesn't really matter. Killed faster than I spoke, and now there's one left. Nedsby gonna go for a nitro. He's most likely gonna miss, and nitro. Oh my goodness, something just happened there, but they both just go down, and there is not really much of a fight coming out of Mystic for that one.
Yeah, sorry, I was just kind of looking at Parsec. I think we have a 1440p clean feed, and that is just messing with my internet, but we'll work with it as much as we can. Anyways, a pretty clean round for Windstorm. Sorry, words are hard, especially when it's 2:30 a.m. in the morning, but we're vibing. Clean round from Windstorm. They did Joan properly. They won the gunfights when it was necessary, and if they can keep it up, I think they're going to be pretty dominant on attack. Gotta remember who you're peeking, Weston. Twist was the person that fried the person behind Generator downstairs, so peeking. Lol. Chat banter. Gotta love it.
Roast him, chat. Roast him. He spelled peeking wrong. Roast him. Roast him.
Need to locate and defuse bomb.
Okay, so, that round looked very, very good from the side of Windstorm, as you said, taking a lot of room. But this round, I want to see more from Mystic side, because for them, it looked fairly sloppy, if I'm going to be honest, where they weren't necessarily holding the right angles, holding the correct amount of pressure to certain areas, and kind of just gave up a lot of space. The Vigil was on roam, but there was no way that Vigil was going to live. That Vigil was by himself on an island and just wasn't even a resort, wasn't even a fun island. It had like a single tree with a coconut that fell on his head. Like, it wasn't fun.
Oh my god. Wow.
So that's what I want to see more from Mystic, where they're putting people in certain areas, but also understanding that, you have to play those areas, but you have to play them smart. Like, Vigil had no shot. Vigil has no chance, but
it's not really like you don't need the Vigil to get a few kills. You just need him to be in a position where he can run around and mess with attackers for long enough that they have very little time to push the side at the end of the round. If he just wasted like 30 more seconds by just sprinting between construction and cache and other areas of top floor, or even just drop a hatch and let the attackers drone him out again, he would have done so much for his team. But he just kind of funneled back into bathroom, then held an angle for 5 seconds before being taken off. And that is not what you can do as a roamer. So we'll see if, the roamers from Mystic can do better in round 2 and onwards. Also, the Frost Trap, it's again a very niche peak, but I do feel like we'll see at least one Frost Met kill during the match. Maybe not this round, but hopefully.
Unfortunately for Mystic right now, the amount of control that Windstorm just took is massive.
Yep.
They're going to get wall. They're going to have underneath. They can't rotate an army if a plant's going down because they kind of have the shut-off areas now to it. And I truly think that there's going to be a lot of problems coming out, They're spread too thin, but, it doesn't really matter because Nezzy picks up Mellow.
Frost doesn't even need the mats. He just shoots people now. So that is no more Ayana and no more nades, no more Gun 6, and more importantly, no more Gemini Replicator.
Okay, we lost Boxi again, I can sort of tell. But now there is going to be a minute 19 left on the clock here, and there isn't a whole lot that Mystic Academy, that Windstorm can do with losing that Ayana very front into this round. It's not going to really work, but Twist is in a very good spot to maybe fix that trade here.
Yeah, for sure. 1 minute left. T4 coming out through the breach, but will not connect. Sadly, Natural also pretty low on HP, so has to do something. Spider gets one. Natural gets another one. Owen will get one of his own. Killer just coming out, and now it's all up to DAL to clutch it out. He's against 3. He finds his...
Seconds, and I'm pretty sure the stream is just dying here, at least on our end. We have
Oh, round over.
Round over. Good job,
Round
Mystic.
over.
Round of applause.
I thought it was just me. I just shut up. I was like, let Ender take it. Well, I'm disconnecting.
I couldn't see it either, but good job by Mystic. Good round win. That opening pick definitely influenced that round pretty much for its entirety.
Yep. There you go. 1-1. Not as convincing, I think. Like, the Mystic win was not as convincing as the Windstorm one was, but a win is a win nonetheless. And the score is tied now. The slate is wiped clean. Let's see who takes round 3. Also, we're 6 picking off the mirror, and I'm sad now.
Makes us very sad. I mean, quite honestly, I think it was more of a bait, but they didn't really fall for it because they're just really not changing operators. I don't think we'll see Windstorm change a operator a single time. I'm going to make the prediction now, or at least on attack, not defense. This is attack. His defense is the entirety is to confuse your opponents to make you think you're going to a different site. I'll make a prediction now. Windstorm will not change an operator on attack the entire game.
Not at all, or just as in 6th pick?
No, they won't 6th pick.
So
they won't
they will switch around their attacking lineup.
They might. I kind of doubt it, but they will never use a 6th pick. They will straight up come. They will. I'm not trying to be tricky. They're like, we're here to absolutely destroy you, and that is it.
Yeah, I think the Windstorm are kind of the clear favorites here going into the matchup, so it makes sense for them, just kind of play the mental game, just kind of be very assertive and dominant here. And, playing against a team that doesn't have such a strong mental, you can definitely just get in their head, like, by being super dominant and in your face. And mental game is super important in Siege. I always talk about this,
Yes, he does always talk about it. And it's very important for these rounds to continue, fairly even. You want to keep them more even. Your mental doesn't die even if you lose to 1v1s, 1v2s. It's not as important. It's making sure you don't lose to the rounds where you absolutely. It's like you just get smacked like 100 miles. You need to make sure these rounds are close. That's the way you keep your mental up. So we're gonna see an attack come from mostly upstairs. I don't think they'll do a defender downstairs clear because confidence Windstorm is high, but it doesn't, Gunny Bunny dying there, kind of important. They don't get the wall open without having
super important.
Massively important. Should probably stress it. Him dying, Miss Academy will probably win this round. Due to that.
Yeah, just like wall being unopened there. Obviously, Thermite can pull up and kind of try getting it, but it's gonna be super hard. There was no actual wall denial coming in from Mystic Academy, though, and obviously Windstorm didn't zone enough because they didn't realize that. They could have just, straight up put a Thermite charge on the wall, open it up, but no, they had to overcomplicate it, lose a body, and probably the round because of it. Mallow will also take a lot of damage from that, I assume, C4 that we heard. And he's also one shot right now, He needs to be super careful. He needs to pick the fights that he takes.
We're going to see a rotation here from Thermite. Probably going to go to main breach to get it fully open. I think it's too late. I think it's too late, but it didn't really matter to me because Toys gets Nesby not really paying attention to what the map does and dying to a drone hole. Now, with main wall open, which is actually really, really important, I think that Maestro dying probably cost them that round, maybe themselves, because, no impact to throw close, and Wamai has to get off sort of rafters to do it. With 50 seconds left, there's a lot that Windstorm has to do and Mystic to do as well to defend.
Yeah, but I think Mystic still kind of holds the power positions here. You can see Windstorm just kind of funneling outside construction and scared to enter. There's also someone just prone swinging. There's the smoke, throwing out his smoke grenades, but he will rotate out. He will probably take the fight on the breach. Let's see if he can get one. He does get swung from 2 different directions, and that is natural getting twists. Mellow gets down, someone else gets taken off, and it's all up to Owen to clutch it up now, but he's up against 3 people and 1 per down person. The down person will get finished off, and Mellow can get picked up, but it's 15 seconds left. They do have diffuser. If they pick up, maybe they can plant and cover. The smoke is dead, so no more smoke, no more Maestro denial, but it's still a pretty tough angle to hold there. Impact's coming out through the wall to see if they can get it, but the plant...
Plant did go down, but it didn't really matter because Weston comes up red stairs and takes out both of them pretty cleanly. Good round for Mystic Academy. That Maverick pick really did a lot towards that round.
Yeah, this 14-14 clean feed we got is really messing with my internet. I'm sorry I keep cutting out at like very crucial moments. We'll try fixing that between the maps, but until then, just bear with me, and you can have Ender.
Bear with Boxi suffering.
Yeah.
Very good
also,
round. Huh?
Go ahead.
Very good round by Mystic Academy. There was a lot of there's a lot of good things done by them. That Maverick pick was more, I think, a Windstorm mistake versus a Mystic Academy plus. Sort of.
Can we? Yeah, you said a lot of good things happened, but you know, I'm a
lot of good
party pooper. I want to focus on the bad things. I want to focus on the bad things. Like, how do you TV and bring no wall denial, and then you get away with it because your opponents don't realize that, and they send the Maverick to Maverick the wall, and then the Maverick dies, and you have instant advantage. They've wasted an operator that they didn't even need to have there, or anywhere on the map for that matter, and I don't know how you get away with that, Mystic. That is not something that you should be able to pull off, and it's a major fluke on the side of Windstorm, because not only did they not realize there was no wall denial, like in, you know, in the 6th pick phase, obviously they could have thought, okay, they're gonna 6th pick and they're gonna try and trick us, but they didn't drone it out well enough either. And no one was standing there. Like, when you get to the wall, there is literally an indicator on your screen that something is muted, and you can see the banded electricity. Kate's banned anyways. That is it for wall denial. Like, I don't know how you don't realize that there is nothing on the wall and that your thermite can just get right ahead and open it. Unless I'm missing something because I'm so washed out of Siege. That is a major oversight from Windstorm, and I am very, very tilted because of it. Why do you do this to me, Windstorm? Why?
I think Windstorm had a very good idea alongside... they didn't want to go downstairs. They didn't want to engage the person downstairs. So what they did was they didn't want to open up beneath it so Bandit could be countered or mute. So they just assumed wall denial is there, and we're just going to use a Maverick. And that's not a bad idea. If you did a little bit more droning, you would have known nothing's there, or if you decide to take a little bit underneath, figure it out.
But like I said, you don't even need to you know, drone it out. Obviously you should, but even if you don't drone it out, once you, as the person playing on the balcony there, get to the hard...
Yes, Boxi's cut out again. And I do agree. It is a mistake by Windstorm. I'm not saying it isn't, but there is maybe reason to do that. And quite honestly, yeah, just you need to maybe be more careful with giving away picks.
Old man yelling at cloud here. Leave me alone.
Old man is existing here right now, and he's just going to keep lagging. The Windstorm are going to get into this round. You know, they've taken a lot of space. They're doing the exact same push, and I think, you know, maybe Mystic Academy has time to, you know, sit back and go, this is how we're going to counter it.
Yeah, I mean, just one random thing, but every time that, like, whichever team gets the entry pick has also won the round so far. So let's see if Windstorm can pick one up first again and then win the round off of it. Because, you know, what that says to me is that teams are playing very good refrag games, right?
My goodness.
And you keep just trading it off. Yep. You can go ahead. You can keep talking.
Okay, sorry. I thought I was lagging there for a second, but yeah. You know, very good job with getting that Malusi charge off, but with 30 seconds left, there's a lot that they have to do right now. And I don't think they're going to win this, quite honestly. I think they're going to get the opening pick, maybe, but I don't think they're going to win because of it. Now, Gunny Bunny does get 2 here. Never mind, they get 2. And they're going to find a way out. But here they go. They're all going down. And, okay, well, just everyone dies to Gunny Bunny, I guess, gets a 4K out of that round, and it doesn't really matter. Merc everybody. Do it again. Please, continue fragging. This is amazing to watch. Please, Windstorm, keep doing that, and you'll win the game.
Again, you cannot, especially in a best of 3, you cannot just rely on one of your players to keep fragging it off. And, you know, obviously it worked for a round, it may work for 2 more rounds or whatever. But at some point you gotta have everyone else kind of, you know, chip in and do their fair share, because 4Ks every round are not a reliable way to win. Like I said, especially not multiple maps. Also, we're seeing the 6th pick off of the Mirror onto the Frost again, and this is breaking my poor heart. Because I love Mirror. I like Frost, but I love Mirror. And I talk about this a lot. Whenever you listen to me, you'll realize that I talk about a lot of the same things often, over and over again. Probably shouldn't do that. Anyways, people, like, Mira has been banned for so long, people don't know how to play with her anymore. Most teams at least. And I was super excited when we saw Mira round 1. And then we've seen, you know, 6 picks off of Mira twice now, which is breaking my heart.
Break your heart. Hope you won't die. But Frost is a very niche pick. And yet again, you've already mentioned it once in the cast, but it's kind of weird to see Frost yet again, because I'm going to be honest, the only reason I bring Frost is because of the shield. It's not necessarily a very useful operator for the Frost mats, and I think Smoke, probably better pick, because Frost has... I think Smoke's a better pick here, to be honest. He has a shield, like, well, the Frost mats, all they do is that they cause you to look away when you go down, which could be a way, but if everyone's dying... I don't know how to put it into words, but it doesn't feel useful to me. I feel like Smoke has more impact towards the end of the round, and even during the main part of the round.
Yeah, who got the entry last round? I actually forgot.
Was it was Windstorm. Windstorm got 2 opening picks.
So currently it's 100%, you know, the team that got the entry winning. I just kind of messaged my CGG boss, and he said that the actual percentage in, like, Pro League is only 40 to 60, like, teams winning after getting the entry pick, which is a super, you know, a
very
super
wide.
Interesting stat to me. I thought it'd be a much higher number, but apparently it's only 60%. So yeah, you have another useless bit of information that you can do anything with, but you're welcome.
Perfect, useful information. That's what I love to spout. But now, we're here to see, you know, towards the end of this round here, they've done a decent amount of droning Windstorm, but this round, they've already lost once against this site. So they need to, you know, pick it up. Be better, Windstorm. And Twisted is going to get absolutely fried here if he's not careful.
In the meanwhile, Natural will get down. The Nebsy is very low. Owen also gets Spider, so now it's all falling apart for Mystic. Gunny gets one with the nade. Weston does get one, but gets refragged very, very quickly. That's a double for Gunny once again. Okay, I guess we're just relying on Gunny to do everything. He got 6 kills in 2 rounds. Now he's planting the diffuser. He's playing Maverick. He is doing everything by himself. It's all up to the Jaeger and the Frost. Boom is low on HP. All up to the Frost now as Mallow gets Keiko. And Frost has to clutch a miraculous 1v4 with super low HP, but will not even get past the first one as Twist just takes her off very cleanly with the trusty LMG of Zofia. You know, 150 bullets, pre-fire, everything. That is pretty much the life of the Zofia main recently. But, yeah. 3-2, very, very back and forth. So, like, I think Discord just died for a sec, right?
No, Hans is trying to not try to leak his DMs on stream right now, so don't worry about it.
Okay, that is what's happening. Okay.
Okay, we have just got a change in situation, but that is completely fine for us. It will not impact your feel of the game. Don't worry about it. But, you know, opening pick, yet again, goes to Windstorm, and quite honestly, the rounds that they're winning don't really seem that close. They win a round, and
Defenders, protect your
if I am correct, the 3 rounds that they've won have only had 4 people alive. That's what my notes say. my notes say 4 people alive for every single round that they've won, which is a very good stat for them right now.
Yep. Like, Mystic won 2 rounds so far, but the wins haven't been that convincing, you know, so far. Every time they've won either off a bunch of massive refrags, and they were refrags nonetheless, so that's good, obviously. But, I don't know, Windstorm, when they win, they win very dominantly. Mystic kind of struggles and just thrives in the chaos that Windstorm creates with their pushes, I guess. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 4-2 split here, but also a 3-3 is completely feasible, because honestly, I dare not, you know, say who will win the round until I see the entry pick happen.
Caster curse, you know, we don't want to, you don't want to, you know, call it too early, but with how I'm currently seeing it from the way it is, Mystic is very good at picking up on what Windstorm does and punishing it. Any mistake that they can notice a mistake instantly. They go, this is a mistake, pounce on it, and they'll win the round. Very good job for them, but Windstorm needs to be careful then. They can't allow too many mistakes to happen. And this time, they don't. Maverick does not go down, and it appears that Nesby is still doing setup, so
yeah, but
be careful.
There's once again no Vol denial, and the Maverick is once again opening it up. Just have your Thermite go there and open it up. What is the problem? What is happening? Weston, however, takes off Twist, so it will not even matter, because the entry goes once again to Mystic. Nebsy will take a lot of damage there from the window, but no refrag. So again, 5v4 currently for Mystic Academy, and you know, if previous rounds are anything to go by, they have this round in the bag now.
I would say, but I would agree with you now, but I'm going to say that if they actually picked up Nesby, I think they would have a better chance of winning because they picked up a more impact operator. Now, there's
I know people on the stairs. I know people on the stairs just whiff the shots on the clone, but you still can't whiff shots like that. That was super close. Nate comes out, and why are there no ADSs there? Natural would just fall to Mallow's grenades. That is...
I'll be very thankful now that Mellow did not notice all the everyone that's currently down there. Oh, he baits it.
No way.
Oh,
no way.
He didn't get it over. He did not get it
amazing.
over. That would have been two.
But... a kiss.
Oh, Gunny Bunny going down. That's kind of
prime fragger. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's kind of disappointing. But Mello and everyone else has gotten themselves in really good positions. They know one is sort of throwing a red, and they kind of just everyone just get just a whole bunch of frags going out. But Mello's now to 1v3 due to the chaos, and I don't understand how he even died there. But yeah, you know, he gets fried. Who cares? You know, man's dead. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Oh, there's a complete back spot that he's just not paying attention to.
Yeah, it's super hard with those rotates there because they're always done just a little bit differently. Both the cache wall, you know, both server and garage walls are always opened up just a little bit differently between teams. And so you can think you're still safe when you're peeking something else, but in reality, your shoulder is sticking out and you just get demolished from the back without even having a chance. So that happens every now and then, but it is what it is. And yeah, 3-3 split just because Mystic got the entry. I will die on this hill. For some reason, both these teams only win rounds where they get entry. And that is, you know, on paper it makes sense, but it's not as prevalent in general as it is in this game. So,
you know, I don't...
What do we think happens after the split? Because obviously, we've seen 6 rounds, 3-1 by each team so far, but now the roles are reversed. Windstorm is defending and Mystic is attacking. How does that affect the scoreline? Who will take the lead now, or will it stay very evened out throughout the rest of the rounds here?
I think Windstorm are going to take this due to the fact that, you know, Clubhouse, if I remember correctly, is a decently defender-sided. And seeing the strategies that I see coming out from Windstorm right now for some of the things that they're doing, it looks a lot more,
10 seconds to go.
there. They look like they understand what they want to do in the round and how they're going to win it.
I think, yeah, obviously Clubhouse can be defender-sided, but I think, obviously, or not obviously, but like, Clubhouse is one of the maps where the map bans really make it defender or attacker-sided, or operator bans, excuse me. Like, depending on which operators are banned, it becomes either defender or attacker-sided. By itself, I think it's like slightly, you know, defender favored, but Map bans, or why do I keep saying map bans? Jesus Christ. Operator bans really do make or break it, in my opinion.
So, see, you know, a setup push here. It's only 30 seconds of the round, but DAL, he wants to get aggressive. I thought
Man,
he just
if
got
only.
frag. Man, if only, and now Gunny Bunny has to fall off, but he's gonna try and hold this for as long as possible. He actually doesn't really fall off that much.
We're also
And-
seeing a Capital, which is what I was talking about earlier. And now I'm happy because we don't have attacker repick in the game yet, but we're still seeing a Capital. And, you know, Boxi's happy now.
Throwing another smoke. Smoke's just gonna sit here, and Sledge almost gets him. Sledge has nades, right?
Drop the diffuser.
His nades are gone.
Yes.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
I don't know
Not
where
anymore.
he used those nades.
You want to know what else is gone? Sledge's SMG.
Sad. If Smoke smokes him with it, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna hurt even more.
Yeah.
But he won't.
Attackers
They'll
have
start
located
backing
a bomb.
up here, and we're
Sold
gonna
to the
see-
one.
No, we'll see a slowdown of the round. They're gonna have to go for more vertical play here, and Gunny Buddy is probably gonna die there. That's really unfortunate. To Weston.
Smoke did smoke him to some extent, I guess. But yeah, he will be the one first to fall. And Gunny Bunny has been the top fragger for Windstorm. But when you look at the kills, actually, they're all pretty close up there with 4 and 5 kills each. So, you know. I just think, like, Gunny's kills have been super impactful because he single-handedly won the few rounds that he fragged in.
He got the first pick, and also Gunny. So, from what we've heard here, Mystic is losing this round because Winston got the opening pick. So, you know, I got that
Yeah.
in on the radio. Just check in, making sure the story's straight here, and yeah. So,
Yeah, Hans is fitting us the script in our ears. You can't hear him, but, you know, this is how
Yeah.
it's planned. This is how it should go. 35 seconds left, and Mystic have just wasted so much precious time by funneling in places like kitchen, like in dirt. You need to push. You're not the defender anymore. I know you just switched sides, but this is your time. The Nate hatch will be dropping soon. They're also pushing out of dirt, and the plant will be coming down. C4 comes out, but doesn't do enough damage. Weston gets one. Keiko gets one of his own. It's all up to Dali and Mel now as they find their first one, but there are still 3 more to go. Sophia is super low on HP, but the plant is down. Dali gets one more, and it's a 2v2 at the moment, but Dali, like I said, is super low on HP. One matter still finds natural, and now it's all up to Nebsy to defend the diffuser that is planted here. He is above on the hatch. He has prime position. He's just kind of, you know, checking his corner so he doesn't get flanked, but they're both playing below on the diffuser. No, L actually pushes up. That's my bet. He will win the fight, and now he just has to get to the diffuser. But the defuse happens in the meanwhile. I thought both were below, but no, Ella actually teleported upstairs somehow and just went for the swing that she lost.
Yep.
Recoil bussin'.
Good job by Windstorm. 2v4. Excellent job handling it, calming it down, and deciding,
Well,
we're not going to throw. We'll win. Don't worry about it.
they got the entry pick.
Entry pick, you know, as you guys know, this match is paid by Entries United. You know,
Entry pick,
fantastic.
GG.
Entry pick GG. Well, you'll hear more about our response. Not kidding. I'm sorry. But no, like, it just, man, why is an entry pick saying that there's so much in this game? I've never seen it so much.
I don't know.
It has been 7 rounds. Also, why did we get the SI announcer there?
No clue, but like, Fellow and I were flipping, you know, Fellow and I were flipping coins to see who would win the other day, and the coin was always wrong, but apparently the entry pick isn't. So now we just gotta look at entry picks from here on out, because like you said, 7 rounds in a row, the entry pick has not been wrong once yet, and, you know, there must be something to it. Confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias says so. And you know what? Confirmation bias is the best way to confirm something. So, gotta say, I will go with it. But right now,
5 seconds remaining.
yet again, it just seems Windstorm has a better idea on what they're doing with their strats. They're more complex. Like, the one that Mystic had here was complex, and they won the rounds for it. So they won 1 round for it. So I won't say it's bad, but it just seems Windstorm has a more idea what they want to do with this map, and it's why they probably picked it first.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you said, they're on defense now. They're in a very comfortable spot. They had a 3-3 split, and it does look like it's going to be more of a defender-sided map. But who can really tell in this matchup? I guess it's just up to the entry picks. The breach will come out. And at least there was some denial coming in from Windstorm. That is something that Mystic Academy can learn from. Like, I get their mentality of not bringing a hard or wall denial, rather. They just kind of said, you know, it's gonna get taken care of very soon anyways. Let's just not bring this, bring some more other utility, and let's just use that instead. But I still think, at least on CC, you should be bringing it. No entry pick 1 minute into the round, and who do you think is taking it?
I think Windstorm has a decent shot. It's kind of confusing what what Mystic's using. They kind of used just a thermite charge on something really weird, and now they have another one sitting by for I don't know what.
Attackers.
You kind of just didn't decide. You didn't. If you're going to use it, why aren't you going to the other side and using it again? You decided to blow it open. Why do you have an extra thermite charge? Kind of a waste, in my opinion. So,
We'll see how it goes.
So it goes, but you know, Owen's still downstairs. See, look what Windstorm did. They put 2 people downstairs because they knew that they wouldn't be winning that round if they didn't have people downstairs defending it. And DAL gets the opening pick. Melo does too. A Claymore, and Owen gets another pick back. So now Windstorm up with a man advantage and having, you know, the entry pick will probably win this round.
It is surely shaping up to be such a round because it's a 4v2 all of a sudden. And, you know, the attackers are just stumped on what to do. They need to formulate a plan. They need to come up with something. One of them is, I think, flashbang from his own flash. I'm not even sure. He will entry but get just demolished by the Jaeger. And that is, I think, at least a second one for Twist. C4 coming out, Natural will hear it and just back off. But he's up against 4. The nade will come out to try and take care of the first one, but no one is playing on those stairs. He's just in a bunch of crossfires. He cannot do anything. And honestly, Mystic are better off just saving those 30-40 seconds and talking about what they need to improve because their attacks haven't been going nearly as well as their defenses have. I don't know, 30 seconds left. He will kind of get in without being really contested, but Bunny is ready there with the shotgun kind of, you know, after he entered into the breach. Not much to say. Once again, a clean round for Windstorm.
Kind of confused. How does Twist get a kill on a guy and then not traded by Thermite who was sitting at the breach? Kind of confused why, you know, Mystic Academy not communicating there, like, or even why Thermite's not, like, why is Thermite on that side of the map? You have everyone else on the other side. You just have Thermite sitting by himself in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Doesn't make much sense. Giveaway pick for free. Disappointed.
I don't know if that was the case here because I didn't really get a good overview of where everyone is positioned. But I'm a fan of like having very spread out attacks where, you know, the attacking team just has so many random important angles on lock, just like by being so spread out. But the problem with that is that as soon as you start dropping bodies, there are big holes in your attack and in your coverage, your control, and that happened to Mystic because they started losing bodies. They lost 2 people instantly, and the only refrag that they got was with a Claymore, which is, you know, can you even hold that a refrag? Probably not. So yeah, spread out attacks, in my opinion, can be very powerful, but you need to not lose bodies, especially not as early and as rapidly.
I'm kind of... My more confusion comes is that, you know, that trade, you know, it doesn't need to happen, but why is Thermite by himself? A spread out attack works, but when you have kind of just by himself, to be honest, this dude's just all by himself, it doesn't really make much sense to me. It seems more that there should be at least 2 there or something. So, you know, getting back into the, you know, round, you know, started, but, you know, that puts some serious questions.
Windstorm got the entry last time, right? So, yeah. Once again, our very secret formula is true. It's... Yep. This is it.
We're just right.
We're get the entry.
Correct.
Mystic will get the entry this time, and maybe they will actually get another round, something they haven't been able to do yet this split. But I know I've cut you off, like, for the 3rd time now, so go ahead.
Oh, no, it's fine. But yeah, the entry pick, either, you know, Voodoo Math decides that we're correct, or quite honestly, our formula fails at the last second because, you know, Melo does get a pick back in. And, you know, on an entry player, you know, you lost 2 of your entry guys, you know, Twists on Jaeger and Io on Zofia. So you're just kind of watching those areas. So you lose 2 entry, you kind of keep your more important people alive, and we'll have to see the end of this round to determine whether or not who wins here.
For sure. Can we just take a second to once again appreciate Mystic for just bringing a Capitao? This is like the third round in a row that they had him, so every attacking round so far, the Capitao was brought, and I'm just, thank you, Mystic. At least someone's doing it. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm kind of a fan of like off-meta pushes and strats. I believe they can be super powerful. But back to the round as Owen gets one more, and that is natural, no more for this round. They're also executing onto the player playing Rafters pretty rapidly, and he's not looking in the right direction. Weston will light him up and then get him. There's no help coming in from CCTV as there's no one in a position to really help him.
And Mystic put themselves back into the round, getting 2 more picks to get out of it, and just Owen and Gunny left. There's a lot they have to do. And they're in very weird positions here, because they could definitely get some very important frags right off the bat. But also, themselves could get fried right off the bat. And with Nebsy going toward Rafters, I think they might be making a very good call here, because if, honestly, Nebsy comes up Rafters, I think they just take a double swing and they go for it, and they have 40 seconds left. Not a lot of wiggle room for making a mistake here, but if Mystic does make a mistake, they are done.
Yeah, for sure. We haven't really seen them be super coordinated on swings. Either team, that is. They've been good at refrags, but not really on swinging at the same time, at least from what I've seen. Shamika's will be coming out to kind of delay. At least sometime. There's still 11 in pocket and only 20 seconds left. Nades are coming out from offense, though, and that is a super nice shot from Owen. Very impactful, as Spider now has to deny. The plant is coming down, and they need to push into Shamika's or not denying it enough. Owen is on literally 1 HP, but somehow Nebsy gets 1. Owen is on, like I said, a sliver of HP, and he needs to push out now. There's still 2 attackers, but he will just defuse, and Bunny will be, I guess, just kind of, I don't know, body blocking, going for Intel. I don't know. No one is actually contesting, though.
Defender mission successful.
What? How do you get away with that? Like, I know both people dropped off. We saw them drop off, but how do you get away with
How does both players drop off? Why do they? Thermite was still sitting up there. Thermite drops off by accident, and they lose the round because of it. That is a disappointing loss.
This was a Mystic round. I know Mystic got the entry pick, and they should have had the round. I'm still saying, entry pick was correct. With
not Mystic making a mistake, it would be 100% correct, but unfortunately Mystic makes a mistake there, a very crucial one where Thermite accidentally falls. I believe it was an accident. I would guess so. If Thermite Thermite falling off there absolutely screws the round.
I think, a mistake is an understatement. Like, how do you, why, what, how, when, so many questions. I don't know. That is like, I don't even know. I was trying to come up with an analogy to kind of, compare something tragic to what you call a mistake, but I can't come up with anything as bad as this was. And we're going to have a timeout, so there is that. I think it's a minute, right? So I don't even think we're going back to chems. We'll just be kind of in the lobby. 30 seconds, even think.
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
90. Come on,
90
can't you
seconds.
hear Boxi?
No, words hard.
no.
I don't listen, I just speak. You know me.
Speaking from experience he does not have, he will talk again. But don't worry. Hopefully. I'm kidding. All of it is fairly true at the moment. Those mistakes coming out from Mystic will continue to cost rounds and rounds and rounds, and it's just not. Mystic's not playing as organized as their defense. Their defense was decently organized, and their attack is just not as much.
Sorry, go ahead. I thought.
No. Go for it. Take it away.
My neighbors are gonna be super mad at me tomorrow because it's 3:03 a.m. and I am yelling at Mystic Academy right now for doing things that no comp team should be doing. How do you let a guy with literally 1 HP, like not when you die to someone and they're like 25 HP and you say, yeah, 1 HP, just shoot him once, they'll be dead. No, he literally had 1 pixel on his health bar there, and you let him somehow win that on breach, on plant, as you have 2 people alive and with, up. No one was downed on attack. They were just kind of vibing there. And they said, oh, surely he will play this safer and try to just go for the 1v1s. Why wouldn't he? We'll just drop down here. And no, he just went for the defuse. 20 seconds left for my timeout as I mold. Please hold me back before I throw hands here. And
don't worry. I will. Online, I will simply, delete your Twitter so you can't go rage about it later. But it's. I don't think we can continue talking about it. I feel like it's time to just move on. But it's a little bit frustrating still. It's still like it's going to be in the back of your mind that might have costed them the game, or if they could have made a comeback there. It's frustrating, but we'll move on. We're going to see the same strat come out from Windstorm again on this defense, where they're simply holding more. They're roaming, they're holding, and it just seems like it's more coordinated. Their defenses that you're noticing.
Match point, by the way. So 6-3, one more for Windstorm, and they will bring map 1, that is Clubhouse, into the bag, and will only have to win one more round, that is Ender's favorite, Chalet. But, should Mystic Academy miraculously pull it back now or on Chalet, and we will also be seeing Oregon or Boregon, because I don't know who even likes Oregon anymore. I don't hate it on it as much as like a lot of people do, but it's getting super stale.
Yeah, kind of stale, kind of not what we want. But, Mystic Academy, they have the potential to turn up the heat on Windstorm, as we saw from those rounds where they can bring it close. But I just feel there's something that I can't explain, and I just feel like they're just not giving us their all. It just feels like they're not playing through their potential, and they're a bit uncoordinated and giving a lot of area to Windstorm and a lot of can't think of it, man. It's just they're giving a lot of space and giving a lot of things that like the tangibles of this game, they're just
Respecting too much. They're respecting Windstorm too much. As soon as they catch a whiff of like Windstorm players, they're just like, oh shit, okay, I'm just gonna fall back. I'm not gonna contest this. Why would I? I will not win this gunfight, and they just fall off. And that is not how you want to play. You want to, keep your opponents on your feet, on their tippy toes. And if you just fall back every time, they're going to read that, and they're just going to keep pushing. But the gummy, I don't know. I don't even know, man.
Frustration ensues, but don't worry. The opening pick has not happened yet, so the round has not been decided. I know it's only been one, but the only one round that hasn't quite fallen to that method. But you know what? It was an outlier. We don't care about it. We care about this round right now because it's the deciding one. Now, if anybody's gonna... Ooh!
Oh, no.
Oh, he doesn't die. He survives.
The smoke canister gets taken out by the nade. Weston will push out and get him with the LMG. And there we go. Entry pick for Mystic. Can they capitalize off of it? They have a minute and 21 seconds left. Plenty of time. Also, vertical destruction coming in. Nabsy does take a little bit of damage. Gets actually killed off of that flank by Twist. And not only did Mystic just lose their self-breach and some pressure above, they also have to worry about a potential flank for the rest of the round. They need to make up their minds. Do they chase the flanker of Twists, or do they just focus on side and watch their backs for when he... Again, that is a tough call to make, and it can often make or break rounds. 50 seconds left, and Mystic is just not doing anything at the moment. Twist seeing if he can go for another pick, but it looks like Mystic have mostly shifted their focus onto Dirt and Blue.
Yes, we do see that, but sort of, Twist might have a really good spot here because he can see people go. He went the whole place downstairs. Never mind. He's gonna sit and wait, but he is gonna pick up the drone of Maverick, and now he needs to get out, and he's gonna go for a run for it. And Maverick is gonna find him through the holes, and Weston takes some damage here against the people dying, people taking damage, and people are just going around and dying here, and it doesn't matter because Kakio just picking up two very important picks, or maybe even three. I didn't really get to see, but DAL all by himself in a 1v4. Probably lost here. Opening pick yet decided his fates. DAL doesn't really have much choice except for to let fate be just, fate take its course, and he'll end up dying.
Yep. Rico will be bussin', as Windstorm player said it like 2 rounds ago. He will almost find one. He will see that ass. He will not smack the booty, however, as Kaiko gets his 3rd one there. And the round goes to Mystic. They keep themselves afloat for at least one more round. They, are still pressured, but the walls are not as closed on them as they were just a round ago. They only need 2 more to bring it to overtime. I don't see that happening, but at least there's a small chance that happens, because I don't think before this round, anyone was thinking it could happen.
But now, we see it and we decide, yep, fate has decided this. And, so we'll have to see it through. And you know what? A lot of confidence I see because Mystic, they win that round. Very important. But Mystic is not changing their operator picks. Now, Capitao is not good for upstairs. Not really good at all, actually, for that upstairs. He's good downstairs. He can be good in cash, super situational. If you're going to go for the Raptors, he's really good. But for gym and bedroom, the site that you know is their next one up from what we've been watching, bringing Capitao is not necessarily the thing I choose.
I mean, we haven't seen that much today, but if you're a team that wants to push from the construction and 3 people playing in construction, in Logi, and most importantly in Cash, then a Capitao can be super useful because he has both smokes and area of denial firebolt. So if you go for a Cash push, I think Capitao can be super useful. Sadly, we have not seen Cash pushes yet. But this may be the one time that we do. If you remember, 3 rounds ago or 2 rounds ago, when we last saw this site, we were actually raging about why Thermite was here on the CCTV side by himself. And if his team actually comes with him this time around, maybe they can actually, you know, kind of get it. They can utilize the Capitao, all the hard breach that they have, all the soft breach that they have, and they can just make a push happen. You really only need to open the Jacuzzi breach up and then have 1, maybe 2 people just watching the angles there. Everyone else can push from CC side. But Mallow will just get the entry onto natural, and if, you know, previous 10 rounds or anything to go by, this is the map going to Windstorm. The diffuser also left on breach, by the way.
They'll, have breach, and that's actually a very important pick because Maverick will go down, and so will Sophia, and it doesn't really matter because Melo's not going to show any mercy to anyone, and Twist neither. They're not showing any respect. This is the thing I'm talking about. They're sort of giving respect to them, and they're not. Melo on a triple. Holy cow, Melo. I understand that your name is more, and it's a quad feed.
Go! Get the ace to finish it off!
He keeps going to go for more. He can't get it because he looks the wrong way. He knows he's going to take it, and he doesn't matter because Twist picks it up, and that is just wonderful. Good round. Melo shooting threes, and it doesn't matter. Or it does matter because it gets him the win of the game, and that
Definitely
actually
matters.
I think it boosted Melo to our MVP of the match. So good job, Melo. Good job getting those rounds.
Yep.
Just fantastic. I loved how it looked.
Well, that is it. Map 1. The entry picks do not lie. The one time that the entry pick was wrong was a round that should have been won by the team that got the entry pick. But, by some off chance, they somehow lost it. I say entry pick so far has still been 100% accurate. And really not much to say there. Also, you're in the dark. You look like you got kidnapped again.
My brother turned off. My brother turned off.
God damn it, brother.
Brother turned off light. I sit in dark now. Scary. No. Boo. Gotcha. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so really not much to say apart from Windstorm being the stronger team here. We've obviously seen the teams go back and forth, especially when Windstorm was on attack and Mystic was on defense. When the sides split up or changed around, it was not really anymore. But Windstorm, when they win rounds, they win hard. Mystic, when they win rounds, they win by the skin on their teeth. And that is not how you want to win rounds. So I hope they figure it out by map 2.
Yeah, I hope to see it too.
There is really not much to say. I think the plays were really standard, so there's no really in-depth analysis to go by, except for Mystic Academy. If you're watching this cast, start bringing goddamn wall denial on CCTV defenses. I will find you if you don't start bringing them. Please do. Okay?
Yeah.
You would have won more rounds off of that.
Yep. And just a little more communication.
Windstorm, you should drown. And you should check the wall. You can face check the wall. If the icon that it's muted doesn't appear, it's safe for your Thermite to go there and just open it up instantly. And I will stop the ranting as we are gonna, I assume, take a very short break between maps 1 and 2. Give the teams a 5.
Give the teams a little bit of a 5-minute break. Us too.
Oh no! Did you see how my picture froze?
It was perfect. But yeah,
I am literally Kickstar saying, "Why are you running bio?" That is me right now.
Yeah.
At both teams, by the way, because as good of a match as we've seen, there were massive mistakes on both sides, and you can say I'm harping on the teams now, but honestly, if if they just fix their mistakes, this could be such an amazing match, and it is a good match, but it could be amazing. It has the potential. Both teams are very talented, just kind of rough around the edges. each in their own way.
Can't really disagree with much of that, but
yeah.
I think we'll roll on to break here. But
you have anything else to add? No,
I have nothing else to add.
Okay.
I think we're good. We're good to roll on.
We'll catch you in 5 minutes as the players will be ready, and so will we. So don't go anywhere.
Welcome, we're already starting the game. As you can tell, this is going to be the fastest cast ever done.
Are you speedrunning T3NA now?
Speed running T3NA. I don't... Listen. Everyone knows we come here to have... I mean, you come here, you want to have fun, but also just speed run it. Let's go. This game needs to be done now.
Yeah, the sooner we're done, the sooner I can go to bed. Because, like I said...
Lies. No. He
we grinding?
Boxi doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
That's a lie. This is a misconception. He works for Siege GG. He can't sleep.
I'm not allowed to. Well, I'm actually going to be starting my role as a social media manager for them soon, so I will actually be required to be on call a lot of the time. But that's besides the point. Chalet, the map you hate to love, even or love to hate, one of the two. Ben's already coming out. Flores will be the first one taken out. Thatcher the second one, and again defense predictions. 1, 2, 3, go.
Kid.
Cade and what? Mira, Valk, Echo,
Probably
not Echo.
Mira.
Well, my
Probably Mira. We'll probably see a Cade Mira.
Okay, Mira. Nope.
That's kind of a strange
Predictions aren't
one.
working.
My predictions aren't working. Sadness envelops me. Kind of a weird one, but you know, Valkyrie does do a lot here. You limit cams. It's a good ban for Windstorm because you don't want to deal with cameras. But I feel they ban. Yeah, they always want to keep the Cade around. So Cade's gonna probably be very used on this map.
I mean, the one thing that I find insanely funny about the bans here is that, you know, Valkyrie was banned. It's not an odd ban for Chalet. I think she can be pretty useful in Chalet in certain instances. But the thing is, we haven't seen either team really play Intel so far. They've all been going for frags. There weren't enough drones on map 1. There weren't any Intel ops on defense, except for the Maestro like 1 or 2 times. So, yeah. Banning Intel ops, interesting when no one is actually playing said Intel ops.
Yeah, and I in my opinion, I find Valk weird because, you know, Mira's definitely more powerful on this map than Valk, in my opinion, at least. So, a little bit strange for me. But maybe it makes a bit more sense to, you know, everyone else. But I do want to see what they do with the I mean, Cade being up, you could do a lot. I was about to say Mira, but Mira is banned, so we'll see. Go for it.
Mira didn't actually end up being brought, so, you know.
Yeah, big sad. We don't get to see Mira anymore. And probably no Frost. Oh, no, never mind.
We do have a Frost.
We do have Frost. You know, Boxi doesn't get Mira, the girl of his dreams, and we get Frost.
And before up bans became a thing, when Mira was available every ranked game, I was a Mira demon, and now I just can't play her anymore.
Big sad, his rank career's over.
I had to main Goyo just to have the Vector available for so long.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely see probably a very organized attack by Windstorm. Their attacks on Clubhouse were very, very solid to begin with. So we'll probably see some pretty solid attacks from Windstorm outright. I'm probably looking at a, if I am going to guess a prediction, it's probably going to be a 4-2 split for attack for Windstorm.
I think that's a solid prediction. But, you know, you can't really make predictions until you see the entry kills. If anyone just joined us, by the way, on map 1, out of the, I think it was 11 rounds played, 10 rounds, whoever got the entry pick also won the round. It was just, that was the way to tell. And the one round that didn't happen was the one round where the entry pick team should have won, but they just ended up making the major mistakes in the last few seconds of a post plant and ended up losing. But, you know, entry pick today does not lie. In reality, like we said, 60 to 40%. But Mallow will be the first one to actually get down. So, looking good for Mystic, at least in round 1, I guess.
They're not really, you know, they're kind of placing themselves all in that window. If, quite honestly, if there's a Nitro, I guarantee you 3 of them die there if they hadn't, they just get the right in place. But now it's going to start sort of picking up more pressure, not necessarily picking up the pace, but more of a pressure pick, because they have to be more careful, and Illy is starting to, or Spider is starting to fall off, and they're going to pick up the Goyo shield on that, and they're just going to swing.
One more.
And Spider just gets the 2 that he absolutely deserves, and Gunny almost picks up a trade on that, but doesn't quite get away, and the round is right now just going to simply slow down, as I was about to say.
Nope.
No, I think I was wrong.
Actually, Mallow and Dally in the 2v4, they've won that before. Let's see if they can do it again. It's both extremely low on HP, and Spider will get Dally as well, so now it's all up to Mallow. His HP is in the reds, and that is not the case for anyone on Mystic at the moment. They're just vibing. Still 3 smokes in pocket as well. Even 2 of my discs in pocket. They don't even need to use them. 2 grenades for Mallow, but you know, he still has 4 people to find. Will not even find the first one as Spider is just ready for him from the Ivy stairs, where he already got 2 before in the round. And very clean round. Ooh, okay. Okay, good job.
They know him for his one taps.
Do they? Or
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
well,
sorry,
maybe
Spider.
they will now. They will
Maybe
now.
they will. Yeah, start getting more one tap, Spider. We want you to become Scream.
If you're Mystic, though, I don't know how you just turn your back or hip rather to Ivy stairs when you haven't cleared them yet. That is something you don't want to do, even if you're clearing out library. You can be in other positions that don't expose you to Ivy peaks, but one of them walks up from the stairs and just kills 2 of you. You know, you kind of stop and think what you did there. But let's not harp too much. Round 2. And Mystic have the lead for
Attackers
once.
need to
That is,
locate
I don't think that's been really the case at all on map 1. I think it was always Windstorm winning, and then Mystic catching up as much as they could.
Yeah, but you know, sites do speak a lot for how these teams operate. It just seems that they can do well on one site and not as well on another. So hopefully, you know, we see a bit more consistency where it's either a team doing well just in general, but maybe not done to a site.
We'll see, I guess.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But you know, 10 seconds left in prep phase, and Mystic is having a bit more of an idea of complicated.
Attackers must
There
locate
are 2 Mozzie pests in pocket, and instead of, you know, catching the drone, we just shot it. Mozzie, what are we doing here?
No, actually, I had a friend of mine make this very important point about Mozzie. Do you want, if you could just destroy drones at the beginning and then have the Mozzie pest later in the round to deny areas? I thought that was a very cool idea.
Solid point, actually. I guess it depends on what you bring Mozzie for. If you bring him for, you know, area denial, drone-wise, that's a fair point. I will give you that. But if you want to be the person that sits in a corner, probably on the side, and just drones his teammates around so they can, you know, roam better and more informed, then, you know, that's actually a rush that we're going to see. Lionscans coming out, Frags coming in from all directions. Owen is also down, so effectively a 3v3, a 2v3 now, unless Owen gets picked up. Rush started off well, but did not end up in such direction. And Dali just playing on a window somewhere far away from his team. Owen will finally get finished off with a C4 from, I assume, below. But it's too little and too late. Lionscares aren't coming out. And I don't know what Winston was thinking there, but the refrag game just isn't there. Not at the moment. Gummy does find one. No, he doesn't. Spyro is ready, but he will fall to Dali's shots. He's once again up against 2. Will he find the first one? Yes, he will. Pretty low on HP now, and Kaiko knows exactly where he is. It's a triple for Dali. Can he get the 4th one as well? Can he tie it up? Still so much time to play with. Still so much utility to go around. He also has 2 heartbeat charges, which are not very useful, but the 0 cams, or the SEM cams as we like to call them, definitely will be. Diffuser not in a great spot at the moment, though.
Dali having to make his way around piano and trying to find roughly where he is. Based on a punch here. But I think it just more cements for the Mozzie where Dali is. Dali is just going to have to make a move here. He gets across, but he doesn't really need
thank you.
Almost winning that round by himself, Dali, but I think he actually saw the Mozzie as he crossed in because he was aiming right at him. But, you know, solid attempt, but that does... Windstorm tried to do a very solid strat here, and, you know, it did fail, but it looks did pick up a little bit with Dali having a bit of a pop-off.
Yeah, for sure. I think Windstorm going for a rush there was like, I didn't expect it, and if they just had their refrag game stronger going into the side as they rushed, this should have been an easy round for them. And, you know, just losing that, I don't think they will be going for rushes anytime soon. And yeah, we'll see. I had a very horrible pun prep that I'm not going to use it yet.
Dang. Those puns not being
Attackers
utilized to their
locate and
fullest,
bomb.
like that rush strat, so...
This pun I thought of, and I sent it to Chief, and I was like, how bad is this? And he said, this is horrible. I love it. This is something that I would say on the stream. So this is like the level of how bad the pun is.
No,
I
we're
don't
waiting
think
for
we
a
wanna hear it.
chief level of pun. But you know what? We don't need to worry about that right now. What we need to worry about is Windstorm not having a round yet, which is,
Yeah.
concerning.
You did predict a 4-2 split. You didn't say who's getting 4 though, so
Saved myself. Don't worry.
Seconds left before insertion.
Just hope, looking for a bit more confidence out of Windstorm right now. They've just kind of been sort of falling short of what they continuously want in these rounds and what they're going for. Like the rush, they need more trades, and they just need to be looking in the right areas to get these up.
Yeah.
So we'll hopefully
The key
see.
question. Sorry, go ahead.
Hopefully we'll see, a bit better of a push.
I mean, the key question for me here is, did Mystic manage to mental reset and just start doing so much better on map 2? Or did Windstorm kind of lose their momentum because of the 5-minute break? Like, did Windstorm get worse between the maps, or did Mystic actually get better? Both.
Both could apply here because, such a great job by Mystic, holding it down and, almost giving away a 1v4. And
Oh,
okay.
no way. No way.
Oh,
I want to see Moss Files.
Moss Files, hand him over. Hand him over. But Weston does pick up the very first pick against Mello, and as first picks do say, they'll get him. But don't hit Owen too much there. It doesn't really matter because Owen then goes down, and they're not really holding each other or getting trades. This is acting very much quite the opposite.
Mystic
Of what
getting
we saw
entry
last
again. Yeah. Well, who won the round now. It's at least 0-3, and Windstorm need to bounce back quickly. We'll see. Sam Camp's coming up to kind of secure off the flank for now, but frags need to start coming out from Windstorm as well, and Twist will start it off. Lionskin's also coming out, giving up just a little bit of intel on the person playing Solar, but will that be enough? Can they hunt him down before he gets back to the site? Jaeger is down at the moment, and I'm not sure if they're aware of that, but I think a vertical kill actually comes out, and now it's all a 2v4 up to Twist and Gummy Bunny. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Weston, don't do it. Oh. This is kind of weird because they should be sort of going for plant right now because they only have one nitro and Gunny gave himself. What is going on? What am I witnessing? Okay, he gets a pick. I'm lost. Why aren't they planting? There's no cams on site. There's nothing to give them away. Why aren't you just planting? You just grab diffuser, go for plant. Like what? Like huh?
If we've seen one thing so far is that neither team has their intel figured out like they should. So when you get a chance to get a plant down like that, you probably should, because there's more than likely nothing and no one watching you. The only intel we've seen come out from Windstorm so far has been, the 0, the SIM cams from DAL. Other than that, I haven't really seen many drones. Sure, they do drone on entry just a little bit, but not enough, and also not many flank drones set up from what I've seen. But then again, you just gotta talk about the fact that we only have one perspective into the game, so we obviously will miss stuff. They could have a bunch of flank drones and they just don't show up on our screens. We don't see them deploy them or use them. That is a possibility. From what we've seen, do more on the intel area and you'll be golden.
I almost could. The problem is that they cleared all of site. I think this is more of an IGL call.
Yeah.
Where the IGL just says, oh, go for the kills. They probably got something on site or someone's roaming somewhere. But in reality, they needed to just go for it. Just be like, we need a plan. Not go for kills here because they have a man advantage. Getting the diffuser down puts us at the advantage. We now hold the advantage here because you cleared all of site. You cleared pretty much almost the entire top floor, except if you went back, you had to check library. But it's just going to be a lot more confidence. The IGL, I don't think, was confident in his team being able to hold a plant, and I think planting, even if you lose that round, planting is the best call.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with planting is that when you're in a 4v2 or a 2v2 or whatever it was at that point, once someone is planting, that means that you have one less gun on the table, and you have to rely on the other person to hold it off against like multiple enemies, multiple angles. So I assume why IGL could be, not very confident into his team. But yeah, like you said, planting there was the right call. There are times we need to go for kills, but this was not one of them. Taiko will miss a few a few shots onto the drone. It will cost him his life as he will try getting the drone, but Mala will just set him down, and Windstorm gets their first entry and potentially their first round. There we go, a second one. As soon as you get the entry, it's like night and day, but Nebsy has something to say about it as he takes off Twist. And that's 3 kills in the first minute. Not how you should be playing Chalet.
No, it shouldn't be, but it's actually very important who died there. You lose, you lose. I don't understand that swing, but oh my god, with a good trade back. Forget my point. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
no, but
no.
Weston makes up 2 downs, and it's only DAL left against Weston and Nebsy. There's a lot that could happen here, but this is very important for the. What I'm saying here is that they're just not getting the info, picks, everything, and oh no, bro. No, this is bad comms. This is bad comms. They should know that Weston should be around here.
I think Weston actually retreated. Yeah, he retreated. We saw him retreat. He just, as soon as he got the down, he sprinted solar side. He dropped down. The problem here is that, or not the problem, but like, I don't think Mystic know that 2 people are down, and obviously they need to be picked up soon before they bleed out. That is what's happening. Sadly, even if Mystic knew that 2 people were down, they have nothing to throw up. No C4s, no impacts, no smoke canisters, because the smoke has been dead for quite a while now. And, you know, we're back in a 3v2. But both Owen and Gunny Bunny are very low on HP, so 1 to 2 shots will kill them. 0 cams and ADSs interacting with each other, making a lot of noise, and now Mystic probably know where the push is coming from, but they have so many angles to push from. Only 35 seconds. Diffuser is in their hands. The drones are coming out.
Boxi lagging out there, but they're just coming out. And what is very important to notice here is that the amount of info they gained, and now they know where Weston is. And that's very important because now that they know that Frost is near the site, now Frost is going to start shooting. 20 seconds left, and there's so much left. Weston can try to get a pick here, and he does, but the plan's going to go down anyway. I think Owen's just going to stick it, and Owen is going to just stick it. Trade might come out, doesn't matter. Owen somehow gets alive out of that, and Weston's coming in over the top. Doesn't matter. Dally, that's an amazing round by Windstorm to absolutely get out of it.
They just needed the entry, bro. Just as soon as you get the entry, you got the round. That is a, you know, tried and proven method. And yeah, get the entry, win the round. Can we just very quickly talk about how Mystic's Kaiko on the Goyo, I believe, missed the shots on the drone that went through library, and then he wanted to chase it, went into library, and just got his head taken off. Like, that is you got jebaited. I don't know, he got lost in the applesauce there, chasing the drone, and that's,
doing unsmart things, cost him his life. Man, that's like Siege 101.
Yeah, well, I don't know. If I were to Goyo, I would be pretty mad right now. But first round for Windstorm, is this, you know, the breaking point? Is this where Windstorm start winning rounds again? Will we see a 3-3 split again like we did on the first half of Clubhouse? Or will Mystic bounce back? Well, what do you think?
I mean, I'm looking at this. I'm thinking Mystic's got a pretty good shot. I just keeping these going. You know, they did lose only 1 round, and it was a fairly close one at that. They kind of just started off on a, you know, making a single mistake, costing the round. So, you know, Mystic's been making very little mistakes here. So hopefully we'll see more of an improvement as we continue on.
Yeah, definitely. That is something that we have to hand to Mystic. They've been doing much better on Chalet here than they have been on Clubhouse. And not just score-wise. Obviously, they have quite a significant lead still. And they've had 3 rounds at some point. But they've also been making less mistakes. They look like they know what they're doing. I guess it just took them 1 whole map to kind of warm up. Windstorm are not looking as great as they have on Club, but they can maybe still bounce back. It's not too late. If they win at least 1 more round in this split, they can maybe even pull it back on defense. We will see. Obviously optimal, though, if they can manage to win both in the remaining rounds and just go 3-3 into the split.
Yeah, very much what we want, but I'm kind of, you know, seeing a lot from Windstorm's mistakes, and that last round looked very, very good. Twist getting 2 very opening picks, so I want to see that, you know, coming into this round, and they just might. I think they'll make less mistakes, knowing that they're making as much and being like, oh, okay, we got to get our head in the game. We know that we're better, so we got to just keep going for it.
Oh, well, Gunny's dead. Entry to Mystic. We know where the round is going. Hibana breaches are coming out, but the Cade will try denying it. Just a second too late, however. And that is, you know, the breach opened up. Hibana will keep opening the wall up now because she can. And Lion dying so early, definitely not optimal, but I guess at least your hard breach is still alive, and the breach can get open like it just did.
Yeah, very good job keeping Cade busy so that you can get that opening pick or get that wall.
Yep. Still 1 minute 35 left on the clock, and Windstorm have so much time to play with here, but they are in a man disadvantage. So if Mystic can just, hold their angles, play reflex, stick close together, they shouldn't have a problem holding this off. I think Windstorm at the moment, they are executing, throwing a bunch of utility, but I really hope they're on the same page of what they're trying to do. We see DAL here on the 0 cam, just checking all of the corners, seeing that no one is in the office, at least as far as he can tell. But Nebsy is playing in the master bedroom, fires off a few shots, gives away his position, but actually falls back. Takes a little bit of damage trying to get a cheeky angle there from the bed, from behind the bomb chassis, but will get punished for it. Spider also playing a very cheeky angle. This is literally a cheese fest coming out from Mystic, but somehow it's working, but the plant starts going down. Owen almost fixed it. Will he get super low? And the kills are just coming out from Windstorm. This will be the first round actually here that the entry pick doesn't win if it keeps going this way. Double for DAL there. As it's all up to Kaiko on the Mozzie. He needed to get it back up to Solar. He spots the first one behind the bathtub. He's also very, very of the master bedroom. The pre-fires are coming his way. Only 25 seconds left, and keep in mind he needs 10 to defuse, or 7 rather. He gets a nice shot onto Mallow though, but there's still 3 more to find and no time to do so. He can just boost his KD up a little bit, or try surviving even. We'll see what happens here as he chases for the frags, but the attackers are just playing it patiently and playing their lives, holding the the right angles. Not much to say there.
Yeah, they win that round.
Coming back. Yep.
Attackers win.
Winning that round cleanly. Windstorm making a comeback and looking a lot more ready for these pushes, ready for these defenses. So that one cycle they were like, okay, this is new stuff for us. Boom, instant. IG obviously had an idea how he wanted to tackle it, and it just seems to be working.
We've seen 16 rounds so far, and this was the first round where the team that got the entry pick didn't actually end up winning the round. If we eliminate the one round that should have been won by Mystic, but Windstorm somehow clutched it up with
pros don't fake. Pros don't fake. That's all. That's literally what that play was. But oh wow, I almost on the very last round of the attacker side for Windstorm, we see their very first attacker 6 pick.
Yep.
So
actually, I think we've seen one round 1.
Did we? I had no idea. But
I am 99%, yeah.
Yeah, you're 99%. I trust the 99%. Don't trust the 1%. Eat the rich. Come on now.
Oh my god. I hate
it here. Hate it here. Yes, we do. But hopping onto this round, Windstorm, creating a Jackal instead of a Lion. Kind of a weird idea. Been working with Lion the entire time. Now take Jackal. I see the idea. But the roam game, considering that you haven't been really going after that roam game that much, don't quite understand why you're deciding to tackle it now.
I mean, Gunny Bunny is 1-5-1 at the moment, which is far from optimal. And if he feels better on the Jackal for the last round, let him do it. Let him try a round. If you remember a whole map ago on Clubhouse, we were talking about how Windstorm's kills are so equally even distributed out, and how Mystic was just relying on 1 or 2 people to frag it out. But right now, everyone on Mystic is pulling almost the same amount. We have 5-5, 2-5, and 3 from Mystic, but on the other side, there's 2-1, 6-7, 1 from Windstorm. So it literally got changed between the maps. They literally pulled up a Uno reverse card.
So they're holding, the vertical pressure. Mystic Academy is holding it quite effectively at that. But you know what? The amount of space that Windstorm just took in the minute that they had, clearing library, clearing all the spaces, could lead to Mystic's downfall, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I think Mystic are back on, into their old ways, where they just give too much respect to Windstorm now that Windstorm won 2 rounds. And there we go. Gunny won the Jackal that you hated oh so much, gets the entry, but will be the one to fall in a refrag there. So now it's a 4v4, but the entry still went to Windstorm, so we know who's getting the round. And I will keep saying that. I say that every round. I will shut up. Anyways, we hear people on the Repel C4s coming out, but no kills connect as of yet. Gunny's super low, but gets another one before falling. He is still alive. He's still kicking. Still 2 smokes, 3 Jackal scans, and have the round to go by.
You're looking a lot more confident from him. But, with how this thing is set up, if they do a little bit of droning, they can notice there's only 2, which means they know that the ones on the roam are somewhere hiding, and they probably could just, take towards sight at the moment. Instead of wasting so much time, there's only a minute left in this round.
Oh, no way.
Just happened
Oh,
there. Wes, dying there. Unfortunately, he was in a really bad spot, but I don't know what Twist was looking at, to be completely.
I don't know, but like I have so many questions. Anyways, 4v2, 50 seconds left on the clock. Slad just opening up many holes, and no one even needs to be on them. They're just there to provide the pressure, the mental pressure onto the Mystic defenders, because they just have more angles to worry about once, all the floor angles are opened up. Tycho playing Westman entrance, trying to get a pick. Nebsy will pull up to kitchen as well, but there's the hatch open. He will actually find one through it. Now's the time to retreat away, but he's also getting Jackal Scan. Will take a lot of damage and they get down, and then killed through the floor. Twist will finish it off for his team, and that is a 3-3 split here on Chalet Map 2, where Windstorm just completely bounced back from a 3-round deficit. They've somehow evened it out in, a series of very convincing rounds.
Yeah, even though it just seemed like they understood what they were attacking. They saw what strategy they used. They didn't try to change it up, do a little variation. They were like, it worked. And then they just kept doing the same thing. And Windstorm just went, we're going to say that did work, yes, but we're going to defeat it this time. And they did. They did it very quite well.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Windstorm very slow start can be attributed to them looking into Mystic prior to this matchup and just expecting them to play completely different, or if they just, kind of needed to get the feel of the map in general. But I feel like as soon as they figured out what Mystic likes doing on their defenses, they started adapting to it, and that is what you want to see from a good team. I think adaptation is the one single thing that separates a bad team or a mediocre team from a good one, right? Anyone can be taught strats, everyone can have a great coach, do strats for them. Not everyone can adapt on the fly, and props to the IGL, props to the players if that is the case. There we go. I'm not just harping, I'm also giving credit. But yeah, go ahead.
Whoever their IGL is, you should be asking a kiss from your teammates. And they should be giving it to you because, man, you're doing such an excellent job right now. But moving on, their strategy is kind of very similar to Mystics. I'm going to be honest, it looks like, they have a Thunderbird. They more of just changed around the fragging ops. And they got a Jaeger instead of a 1-my. So, it's just kind of a little bit of switch up.
Nope. Okay, there we go. Everyone's still alive for the time being. It almost went bad there for Windstorm, but no, Spider will get taken down on the refrag. Twist just, big dick swinging that first from the window and then just, I think it was the same person, dropping down and then getting it. So a nice little entry there. And that is the Lion gone off the board before he even got out of spawn. No flashbangs. No Lion scans, definitely a huge loss. Even this gun, I feel like, is pretty underrated.
Yeah, they need to be careful, though, because if they lose any more, they probably are going to be officially out of the round.
Yep. There we go. Entry pick to Windstorm, and also the second one. And if, the trend is anything to go by, no, Weston will actually shut down Twist as he gets too cocky. You got two already, just fall back at this point, man. Nebsy also playing from below, trying to get a pick through the vertical. Natural gets one of his own, and now the manpower is actually evened out. Natural pretty low on HP, plus he has the diffuser. He needs to play very patiently now and just hold passive angles so he doesn't get fired.
Yes, my stream has frozen, so I have no idea what's going on besides the fact
so
that Weston is currently... Okay, here we go. We are back. Weston had to reload there. Very important that he does so, because, if he doesn't, he has no bullets, and don't want that to be happening. But Natural's now going to start droning, because he doesn't even have a drone. So they're going to toss out... They're going to toss out their drones, and they're going to start moving in with a minute 10 left. In a 3v3, health advantage definitely goes to the side of Windstorm. They have to play smart here. They make sure they get that one pick. The one pick that they get first probably wins them the round, and they have to get it very carefully and not give away too much of what they're doing.
We'll definitely see. There's still 45 seconds to play around here, and like you said, it is a 3v3 with everyone on Windstorm being full HP. They can just hold now. A natural diffuser carrier, like you said, is pretty low. Still 3 nades combined in the pocket of Mystic, and they should start using them. Also 3 flashbangs and 2 drones still left to be used. So plenty of utility, but not as much time. Mello will get down, and he can get picked up by Kona stations, but he will get finished off by Nate of Weston before he can. So now, pretty much just have to push. It's 15 seconds. People are still on repels, just playing safe, and that is not what you want to be doing. You need to go for the frags, and Natural actually gets one. Now it's a 1v3. You waited for too long before helping your team, Dali, and now it's lost. Another round there for Mystic, and this really should have been a Windstorm round on paper, but somehow they let it slip in the end. Instead of being either all very passive together or all very aggressive together, they just won one by one, and that is bad comms. You can speak now, Ender.
Mello had the right idea.
Yep.
Playing in it, but he was holding towards where the, he was engaging a different person. They got swung. It was kind of like a bad thing for him, but it's just Windstorm's not playing together, and I hope the rest of their defense doesn't look like this, because this will definitely result in a loss if we continue seeing these rounds go by like that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Yeah. If I'm Windstorm right now, I'm just kind of if I'm Windstorm IGL right now, I'm just kind of yelling at players. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? It's a 2v3, and Windstorm decided to have one player play close to Solar, but I think close to master bedroom doors, and then third one in office. So they were literally just spaced out one by one, waiting for individual gunfights. When you have the advantageous manpower position in, the final 15 seconds of a round, you position in a way where you can easily refrag everyone that's left alive in your team. But a Windstorm decided not to do that, and like I said, they got aggressive. They all got aggressive, just at uncoordinated times. They each did it by themselves, and that cost them the round. Let's see if they can pull back, though.
Twist going for another spawn peak. Trying to, get those spawn peaks and just get those wins out, but I don't know if anyone's actually going to peek Twist, because they just don't want to die to it again. Fair enough.
I mean, you get a double spawn peak last round. I think you just, you take your wins, you could while you're ahead, and you just don't spawn peak. And now he's also kind of trapped in a corner, especially if they decide to actually hold him off there. Flashbacks will be coming out, but somehow he's not flashed. How the hell does that happen? C4 in hand, he's ready. Mello also there to help him out. Nate's coming out, but no damage done to him just yet. So he's in a good position right now, but it'll also be hard getting out of there. And there we go. Mello will actually get pushed out from Kaiko through the floor, if I'm not mistaken. So Twist is on his own. If the C4 doesn't connect, and if they keep pushing him there, he's in a bad position. He will just decide to sprint. That is super dangerous, but he makes it out somehow.
Yeah. Sitting with a man down.
Yeah. Sorry, go
ahead. With a man down. They have to do a lot of pushing here, and West somehow gets to swing in on that, even though I don't know who exactly that was watching it, but they let him just do it anyway. And they're just going to kind of hold, West can open up bathroom side, and this is going to be quite a lot of pressure. It's going to get out a lot of decent areas for them to hold, and they're just going to have to back up, give it away, because if they give too much away, they'll lose their players, and, they keep going down, and eventually, you lose the round because of that.
Yep, for sure. But, I don't know. Again, if I'm Windstorm, I'm just chilling. Yes, I am a man down right now, but, I think Mystic are still kind of, like, just trying to get control. They're not in a position of power yet, and you can just deny them, especially when you're a roamer. Twist does get one, and that is the lion of the board now again, and even Mancount Keiko could also get one more, but the person manages to retreat back into Master. Nate's coming in from below, but will not connect as no one is playing there. Still a good Nate to toss, just, as a precaution. No one gets one. Kaiko also loses a lot of his HP, so now it's freaking better and better for Windstorm. Twist also gets healed back up. Those Kona stations coming in, very useful. And someone on those solar stairs just saw a Kona station where someone from their team could have healed off, I think. I'm pretty sure. Natural gets one, and now it's a 3v3, but he gets taken off in a refrag. That is a double for Owen. 35 seconds left. No diffuser in hands of Mystic. They do have the round advantage, but that is it. There we go. Keiko also gets down. Nate does come out, but it is all up to Nebsy, who just repelled into the big window, gets taken out by the SMG-11, and another clean round for Windstorm. Like I said, they just needed to chill, play the refrags, and that is exactly what they did.
I understand the idea of Sledge doing this, jumping without shooting the alibi.
I don't know.
I understand you need to get in, but, shooting that alibi can be important, because you could just get, you swing in, and then just get like a mystery kill, and they'll be like, "Oh my goodness, he ran into sight," and then all of a sudden you're just like, you're gone now, disappeared, poof.
You're gone 6 now.
Gone 6. I turn into a Gone 6, and I murder everyone.
Gone from Rainbow Six Siege. Haha, I'm funny. Anyway, 6th pick from Capital to Iana. I will just let the fun slide. Don't do this to me. 4-4. Windstorm do tie it up finally. And
Defenders, protect your bombs from
yeah, I honestly don't know what to predict anymore, because whenever I feel like I got the sense of what's going on and what is going to happen, something happens that just switched it up fully. And the rounds that should be won by Mystic are won by Windstorm, and the ones
by Windstorm or one by Mystic, and it's just not making a whole lot of sense. It's just going to confuse us as much as possible. So,
you can say it doesn't make a good show.
It makes us confused. It makes us feel like we're stupid, and us casters have massive egos, and we hate talking about talking about our egos being broken.
Well, you know what they say: those who cannot do cast. So.
those who suck at game cast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Barely hitting plat this season. Getting trolled by my teammates constantly. It's okay though.
You killed with Chief. What did you expect?
No. Killed away my Ela.
Ratio in the chat. But anyways, back to the round here. As Mystic do start formulating an attack strategy here. They will drone into office first, make sure no one is there, and then they will push. They also have some pressure on the north side of the map, however, so it looks like they'll be pinching. Nabsy will get the entry, and Twists will be falling. The 11-7 player, the only hope currently Windstorm has. But DAL will get a refrag, so at least there's that going on for them. But he just sprints, Big Dick. Oh my god, how do you get away with that? Why do you do that, and how do you get away with that? I have so many questions. He will get healed back, so it doesn't end up mattering. With Mel will also fall to natural shots. Windstorm falling completely apart, but still not getting punished as hard as they should. And Dali, not learning his lesson, will just sprint back up another stairs and take the fight again. He does have a crossfire going on with Gunny, at least to some extent, so there's that.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see, Dali, crazy. Man's got big balls. But I want to say that Nebsy and I don't know who else was there, just kind of missed the opportunity to get a very important kill there.
Yep. If you kill him there, I think you win the round. Here now we're in a 3v4, and it's definitely winnable for Windstorm. But on the other hand, Mystic have a lot of control. The breach also comes up, and they still have so much time to play with.
Yeah. I don't know what Spider exactly would do. Am I running into a pre-fire? That's not recommended. Gunny picking one up unnatural, and Owen going for a flank here. This is so confusing. I'm so very lost on what could be happening right now.
Oh my god!
And Nebsy's playing below, and I think they know that he's playing below, so Smoke swings here, and he gets up to pick. And it's a Spider, last one on 1v2 in an island by himself, and as they've explained, this island is very lonely with a single coconut tree, and hopefully he does not get bonked by it. But he's going to start building a raft here, taking all that space and grabbing the diffuser. He's building a raft. He's got one put together, and he...
You could have healed there. What are you doing?
He's doing 30 seconds left, and it doesn't look likely he's going to make out of it. Just kind of free-firing different areas, and I think no one's going to catch him here. No, actually not.
You try to cone up by yourself, that is on you. And Gunny is ready there, prone with the FMG9. But what are you doing, Lion? There is a Kona station that not only heals your enemies, but also heals you if you stand next to it. Just stand next to it. They will hear that you were there, but you will also get a lot of HP back, and you definitely needed it. I don't know. So many frustrating mistakes. Like, I can see both teams have what it takes. They're doing super well when they're doing well, but then come times of mistakes, and I'm just like pulling my hair out, saying, how the hell are you getting away with this? And how are you not getting punished for this more? Oh my god. Anyways. There's another 6 pick, so make sure to write that down in your notes. We're going from a Smoke to a Mozzie, and that is not something we see often. And then another one, just for good measure, also from a Zofia to a Maverick. That one makes more sense. Smoke to Mozzie kind of confuses me.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, so, Windstorm taking their first lead, I believe. This is their first lead. that they'll currently hold, and hopefully, and for them, they hope that they'll finish the match with it, and just kind of say, Mystic, just hold this, and we'll just take a dub real quick. But it still looks likely. Windstorm is looking a lot more together and are playing well. So I'm expecting Windstorm to finish strong out here.
Yeah, worth mentioning, if Windstorm just wins out 2 more rounds, they're taking the whole series. They do have the one map advantage, as they've already prevailed on Clubhouse. But, Mystic, if they somehow win this map, they still have a whole decider map to go to secure their victory and their points. And the last map is Oregon, where I also expect Windstorm to be better. But it's still very frustrating, because after map 1, I would have said 100% Windstorm is the team to take it, by the way. Please get the kill. Please get the kill. DAL gets it instead, and he is once again just unstoppable on the alibi. Let's see if he can get 4 again, maybe even 5, get his days that he couldn't get on the last round of Clubhouse. But yeah, after map... taking map 2 as well, and now I'm not even sure who deserves it more. This has just been a pretty interesting matchup, to say the least.
Yeah, very interesting. Lots going on here, and Windstorm is showing that regardless of opening picks, they take a lot of space. And oh no, Twist,
what is happening?
They're just playing fragging, honestly. Like, I just don't they're just getting.
Oh my god. I have so many questions. I think they think they're on TTS right now, and they're just playing TDM to warm up. And that is another one. This is shaping up to be a flawless, all up to Spider. He's just getting shot from 5 different sides, and he gets taken out before he can do anything, because all of his team died while they were not even in the building yet. 2 spawn peaks, someone getting shot through the barricade on the window. What is happening? What are you doing, Mystic? What are you doing, Windstorm even? I have so many questions, and I will send the therapist bill to you, to both the orgs.
Course, question reality, question their thought process, and us questioning why we have to sit here and question anything at all. But it's looking very good for Windstorm right now. They've just been kind of they've just been like, man, we're just gonna keep cruising, keep hitting as hard as possible. So they look together.
The one super weird thing about this whole matchup, especially on Chalet, is that it seems that, like, if the team does the correct things, they get punished for it, but as soon as either team starts doing dumb shit, it somehow works, even when it absolutely shouldn't, and they just win rounds off of that. So I guess playing dumb off-meta shit is just the way to go now, because that is winning the rounds, all the rounds, and Windstorm is, again, 6-4. If they just win one more, they will win the series 7-4, 7-4. And like I said, I don't even know who deserves Chalet more. This has been a very interesting and frustrating map at the same time. But both teams, have had incredibly good rounds. I don't want to just tarnish them for the whole game. They did play well as well. But like I said, most frustrating part is seeing them do dumb stuff when they can do much better. And that goes for both teams.
Yeah. And with how this strat looks, I'm going to put Windstorm in favor to win this right now, because they just look like they're going to be a lot more confident in how they're doing it. Ooh, that's not how... Okay. It's not the Cade Claw that I'm thinking of. It is the Cade Claw that I'm thinking of. It's kind of at an angle, so it's hard to shoot, but very good idea by them. And it looks like Mystic's going to not be able to throw a... oh, no. Oh no, we can see it from now. And Twist is watching it. I think he's going to see it come in, though. And here's the jump in. Just please know that it's an Ionic clone. He does know. I see. Now, Nebsy does get a very important pick against Gunny Bunny, and Twist times it perfectly against Weston. It doesn't matter. Twist gets away with it with a trade technically, and Nebsy on low health. Windstorm is in a very good position yet again to still keep winning this.
Yeah, both teams are kind of in a good position here. There's no real clear winners here, at least not yet, and there's still so much time on the clock. Attackers have so many different things to do here, but what will they choose to?
They'll choose to die. To Twist is what they'll choose to do. Unfortunately, that cake...
Oh my god.
Twist just sticks his head right into the hole and gets fried. If they lose because of that, that'd be so disappointing. But Nebsy's still low, and that's a huge deal towards what's happening because Mello, Owen, and Dally, all at full HP, can really just, stand against them at the moment.
Yep.
Now, a drone.
Hopefully. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, a drone coming in and droning them out. And hopefully, we see a frag fest go down. I'd love to see that to end a match where, you get this awesome thing to look at. But, we'll see. We'll get what we get, won't we, Boxi?
Yeah, hopefully if, Nebsy gets to a Kona station, he doesn't shoot it right before he walks in range, but it won't matter. Owen gets Kaiko, and now it's all falling apart for Mystic once again, as not only are all the defenders full HP, they're also over here, if you look there at Mallow, they're just thriving at the moment, and you shouldn't lose that. There we go, Dali gets one, Owen gets the second one, and Windstorm will finally finish off this series. Like we said, 7-4, 7-4. Map 1, such an amazing map to watch. Map 2 made me rip my hair out. But it is what it is. A win is a win. And we can only learn.
Only learn from the mistakes, but, just very, very good job from Windstorm. And Mystic, obviously showing that they have some prowess to show and that they can walk around and get kills. So, good job for them. But Twist dropping 15! Oh my, that's what we love to see. There, we like to see them frag fest come out. I'm leaning awkwardly in my chair. I didn't even notice.
But that's almost a 1.5 KPR, by the way. We only had 11 rounds, which is, great fragging, honestly, coming out. But like you said, it's super hard to describe.
Yep. It is, and they looked very much confident throughout the entire adventure. So we'll say how am I gonna put this as in just like super solid job from them. Windstorm, Mystic still put up a good fight, but just tended to lose. Their attacking rounds were a lot more chaotic than I would have liked to see. And I think most people would like to see. So maybe for next time, just improve the attacking rounds. Their defense also looked a bit sloppy, not as nearly as complicated as Windstorm's, but still definitely something there.
Okay. By the way, just got a word. We are also seeing if we can get an interview, so we might get one of the players in, and we can talk to them. But there we go. I think we got an interview. Hello. There we go. We got a Mellow. Hell yeah. Okay. You want to lead this, Sender?
Yeah, I'll lead here. Hey, Mellow, how you doing? Fantastic game coming out of you guys on Windstorm there, and I just want a couple thought process of you guys started down on the second map. How did you guys made that comeback? How did that make it feel?
Oh, thanks. I had a background on. The comeback on map 2. So basically, we're kind of lost in attack. We haven't really played that map much, but we are comfortable on it. We played it in like SDS quals, and we in close quals actually, and 7-1 the team we played it on. So we just came in kind of confident, but kind of lost too. But the comeback did feel good. Winning always feels good.
Yeah, definitely seemed like you guys had an idea of what you guys wanted. The executions, your defenses seemed a bit more organized on Oregon. You guys definitely had something going on. You guys had plans. You guys wanted things done. So seemed like you guys understood it. I just had a question more on how did you guys feel attacking against Mystic
on both maps?
Let's do just because you guys struggled more on Charlotte. Let's take Charlotte.
Attacking against them, basically, we just kind of try to isolate picks and then work the execute through that. They peaked a lot and gave up themselves a lot, which we also did sometimes, but we were able to recover better than them. And that's what just helped us win. And then Owen's a very good IGL, very good at calling executes. We were able to just win off that.
I actually have a question as well, and it's a bit more specific. But map 1, so Clubhouse. You guys, it happened so often that you guys sent your Maverick on the CC wall when there was actually no denial there. And did you guys know that, or did you guys just
We know that. We know that, but with the set take, it's also if they impact trick or something, we only have we only have 2 hard breachers, Mav and Thermite. So if they impact trick the con wall, then we basically have nothing to get it after that. If we Thermite the CC wall, all our hard breach utility's gone, besides unless we have a map trick, which they could easily counter from the bar hatch or just playing aggro on it.
Yeah, not gonna lie, we were both getting pretty frustrated with them not bringing Walden out, and then with you guys just sending your Maverick, who also died on that wall like twice, super early. So
Yeah, he said that he was just dying to like new stuff he'd never seen before, so I don't really blame him for it.
it happens. You learn. It is a game. We learn every time we play. So I think this is pretty much it. Ender, do you have anything else?
No, I have no other questions, but just ended off just saying like you guys looked well out there. It obviously seemed like you guys had an idea of what you went around, you did your thing. So, good win for you guys. I think that puts you at the top of group stage, or you guys get your win. So I hope to see more and see the improvement itself.
One more thing, by the way, before you get off. Yeah, I just checked. The next match you have slated is against the actual Mystic roster, if I'm not mistaken. So what are your thoughts going into that, maybe? Because you just beat their Academy roster, 7-4, 7-4.
Yeah, we kind of got squashed by them in the close quals of SCS, like the first one. But we had Owen subbing for Gunny, and we had Preem playing. But like after that qual, we like dropped Preem and picked up Owen. So I think we'll be more comfortable. I don't know that we're gonna like beat them easily, but it should be a fun match to play in.
Okay, so revenge tour is what you're saying.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, well, I hope Ender and I get to see it.
We hope to get to see it. Things fell through last time when we were gonna cast you guys, but obviously you guys looked good out there. So hope to see you more.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
I think this was pretty much it. We're just waiting if Hans has anything to add because he was typing something in chat. But thank you very much for joining us. We had 2 very interesting maps behind us. I think if you just watched the maps and didn't know who the teams were, like you wouldn't say teams from map 1 were the same teams as teams on map 2. I just felt like they changed up completely, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's see. So, okay, last info before we wrap it up. Match tomorrow will be at 7:30 p.m. It's a last-minute schedule update. We are not sure yet which team will be on stream then. Probably Eclectic versus 1HP. And I think unless you have anything else to add, we're just going to end it on this note. Wish you all a very nice evening or night or whatever it is for you. And we'll catch you next time.
Yep.
Also check out Ender on Twitter.
Check out Boxi.
I can play.
Ender the boy. BOI. Enjoy it. Have fun. I literally do nothing on there, so don't follow. Okay.